I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Hello and welcome to Xero Uncut. I'm Xero.
And I'm Bobby. What is up?
Yeah, it's been a quite eventful week. Obviously, we're now, well, as people sometimes say, WrestleMania is well and truly behind us now.
Yep.
We've moved on now for another week.
We're on the road to France.
Yes, we are. Yes, to WrestleMania Backlash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't.
What's
It's
that,
not called
2 weeks?
WrestleMania Backlash, right?
No, it's called Backlash.
I
But
think it's
no,
May.
it's
I think it's May 4th or the 5th, something like that.
something like that. So we're very close. We're about 2 weeks out, I think it is. Something like that. Yeah. So that's coming up soon. There's a couple of matches obviously already announced for that, which we can obviously get into later on should we wish to. But first of all, let's get some news and that sorted out. So I don't know if you've seen this morning, but it's been announced that there is a new movie coming out called Good Fortune. Now, the reason why this is wrestling related and why I'm bringing this up is because
I know where you're going.
yeah,
I saw this last night.
Yeah, it's because our very own tribal chief Roman Reigns is starring in it.
I was so confused.
Yeah, alongside Keanu Reeves, Seth Rogen, Kiki Palmer, Sandra Oh, and a couple of others as well. Basically,
I saw Kiki Palmer posted the photo, and I said, "What?"
Yeah,
I was so confused.
Yeah, but no, it's
Good Fortune. It's called.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. That's.
He's got some big names in it in that one who he's working with.
Well, who'd you say? Keanu Reeves, Kiki Palmer, who?
Sandra Oh.
I don't know who that is.
That was it basically. There's a couple of other ones as well.
I thought you said another decently big name.
I did, but I can't find it now. Hang on. Hang on, I've just come off that now because I was
Good Fortune.
Hold on, let's have a look. Hold on.
Plot. Oh, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Yeah, Seth Rogen. Yeah.
Joe Anoa'i. There he is. Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Roman, his character isn't listed.
No, not
director is Aziz Ansari. Writer is Aziz Ansari. You know that makes sense. He's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So he's probably just going to be like the bad guy or whatever. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but
probably
that's cool.
No. But, so I mean, so that's obviously so that's where Roman Reigns is at the moment. It's a heist comedy film, so I'm guessing he could be like
maybe if he didn't have this movie, would he have dropped? I don't know.
I don't know. Possibly not. But I mean,
because 10 days later he's going to film, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean,
after WrestleMania,
I don't know. Yeah. No, this thing though is this is what's making me question: are we actually going to see him for SummerSlam? I'm still being told that we are seeing him for SummerSlam, but the question is obviously if he's filming, are we actually going to see him for SummerSlam, or is he going to be too busy filming? That's the thing, isn't it? Really, because
it depends on how big his role is and all that.
Yeah, because I mean, if he's got a big role, then I don't think we see him until Rumble, and he comes back and wins the Rumble, for example, or whatever. Or maybe he's like, number 30 or whatever in Rumble with that massive pop for it.
I mean, you could still have him do the SummerSlam match and then lose.
Yeah, or
then he disappears until the Rumble. That's not.
Well, he's never about anyway. So I mean, even if he just does SummerSlam and Saudi, and then that's it basically. SummerSlam, Saudi, and Survivor Series.
Even if he does SummerSlam, does whatever. Gets turned on by The Rock.
Yeah.
And then dips to the Rumble.
Yeah.
No, I would say just to the Rumble.
You'd say to the Rumble. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, he's not champion anymore. Yeah, coming back in the Rumble, wouldn't it? Yeah. Especially say like he comes out at number 30 or whatever. And that like in the men's Rumble, like everyone's expecting someone new or whatever, like a debut and back.
Just like 2017.
Yeah, and then back comes out the tribal chief basically, and it, or whatever persona it will be, because it'll probably be a babyface persona, I would have thought. So, yeah, for that. So let's see what's on there. What else has come down? There's a few other bits and pieces. Obviously, there's been we got new tag belts this Monday on Raw, but we'll get closer into that when it comes to the Raw thing there.
The genie, that genie was messing with R-Truth.
Yeah. So obviously we wrote off TV, but again, we can get into that when we cover NXT. Yeah. I mean, there's not really much else to like come down really. Oh, the on the UK tour this week, which they are on. Have you seen some of the matches that have been done? Which they're
No, but I saw Becky Lynch will be there.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is going to be there. They've also announced, and obviously sometimes they use live events for TV purposes. Yeah, for future feuds. They have announced for one or two of the events that Damian Priest is going to be facing Kofi Kingston for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's one of them. And then they have also announced, let me just load it up. Also, what's been announced is what everyone's really hyped for is Sami Zayn defending his Intercontinental Championship against Gunther and Finn Balor in a triple threat, and that's announced for every single date of the UK tour, basically. So
could that just be because it's in the UK and that's where like Balor's from?
Probably, but I mean, but at the end of the day, though, obviously Balor's just going to be there to take the pin, I reckon.
Probably.
Right? That's going to be the thing. Yeah,
Balor's Priest versus Kofi.
Yeah, Priest versus Kofi. Yeah, that's
an interesting one.
Yeah, like are they putting Kofi then back in the world title picture really for a little bit? That's
I mean, he's facing Jay at Backlash.
Yeah,
you do need a Saudi Arabia opponent.
Yeah, so I mean,
we all know who he's facing in Scotland.
Yeah.
So I mean.
But then that's if he leaves Scotland, though, with that one, isn't it? Yeah, actually, no, because Saudi's before Scotland.
That's what I'm saying. He needs a Saudi opponent.
Yeah,
I mean,
it could literally just be for the UK tour that they're almost doing that, but it's a rather weird matchup that is Kofi versus Priest from out of nowhere, really. Like, unless obviously planning something for in the future, but yeah, I mean, Kofi versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's
again, he needs a Saudi opponent, so.
Yeah, I mean, so that's obviously that is an option there, but so I seen that one. I was like, okay, I was trying to work out why that was obviously going on, and I was like, yeah, okay, it's obviously just a either thrown together or it's a future feud. So yeah, that's really everything covered. I can't think of anything else really that's happened this week, really. That's it, I would say.
The AEW ratings did not go the way Tony Khan wanted.
Yeah,
I don't think we just.
Yeah.
No, wait. We did discuss this because we did the show the day after. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, we've got Battle of the Belts and that's come down, and Collision results and that come down. It's $400K for both, basically.
Oh yeah.
That's
that's a normal Collision rating.
Yeah. So
that's
so that's what they came down as. So that was crap for the ratings there. There's not been really much else really news-wise this week, I would say, for it.
Big E is dating Mia Yim's sister.
Yeah.
Big E also told the New Day to get a new partner because he's not coming back, and they said no.
Yeah, basically,
That's a nice gesture on their end.
Yeah, because he reckons that he's never going to get medically cleared, does he? So that's the.
If I'm him, I'm good on that, you know.
Yeah, I can see maybe they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, obviously if they keep him in, then he could come out. Obviously, couldn't he just literally do the intros for New Day, and then obviously then just like come back out and be their manager and stuff like that for it, couldn't it? So that'd be the.
Be manager, cut some promos. You don't have to get physical. I mean,
no.
Paul Heyman never gets physical. I mean, Paul Heyman got physical like once.
Yeah, but then that was part of the storyline, wasn't it? But I mean, like, at the end of the day, though, if he can never get cleared again, then that's that's a shame, isn't it? Really, because Biggie was rather good, and You know, everyone's waiting for him to return to the ring, but if he can't come back, he can't come back. That's
It's just one of those things.
yeah. But I mean, so we've slightly obviously touched on it, but we might as well get on into Raw unless there's obviously anything else. No, there's nothing else, is there? I don't think. Obviously, one of the other major bits of news I'll cover in Raw review in a minute. So we're
Okay, sure.
Yes, we're getting to that. So then, yes, we might as well kick off then with Raw. So Raw opens up, and Rhea Ripley comes out with her arm in a sling, and she's had to vacate the women's championship, basically.
So as you could tell, I recorded my WWE mock draft on Monday.
Yep.
No rumors, no nothing. Until about 2 o'clock my time on Monday, where it said, "Oh, Rhea Ripley might have to vacate." Well, where did this come from?
Yeah, it was what it was. She had a medical on Monday morning. Basically, and they told her that she'd have to vacate. They basically told her, "No, you can't do it that way." So that's where it came from. Was she was trying to? I think what they were expecting was they knew she was injured, but they were hoping and praying that by the time it came to Raw, that she'd be fine. But she had like the medical and that in the morning, and they basically turned around and told her, "No, you're vacated." Basically, that's what it was. So,
but I was like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah, because this is the original thing. Was the original plans were, and we obviously discussed this on WrestleBuddy, but the original plans have been that Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. Her and Rhea were meant to be feuding with this Revenge Tour all the way through the summer. Yes, so that was going to be the thing, was all the way through the summer. Now it's apparently going to continue when Rhea comes back. So Liv's actually going to be still doing it all the way through until Rhea comes back. Now,
that's why I said maybe Liv wins the belt at SummerSlam and then Rhea Ripley attacks her.
Yeah, so obviously
she's not coming back till Money in the Bank at the earliest.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that I think that they're going to put the belt on somebody else next week, possibly like Nia or something like that. Really, like I said the other day.
Oh God!
I said yesterday, like Nia Jax, or someone who can just be a transitional champion for a couple of months or whatever. Just to give that belt to somebody. Somebody actually brought up a really good point as well. Is they haven't yet announced how it's going to be. Obviously, how they're going to put it onto somebody. Yeah. Now, what match or whatever it is. Now, where they are next week, which is it Columbus or wherever they are? I don't know where they are.
Off the top of my head, I have no idea.
But wherever they are, it's Alexa Bliss's hometown. Now, somebody said, like, could it be that maybe she comes back for the match and she wins it in her hometown? And that, so it's not a return thing and do it that way. See,
that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, because then obviously then the problem is obviously if you put the belt on Bliss, when they take it off of her at say SummerSlam by Liv, then you're just gonna have you're gonna have then all the Alexa fans saying, "Oh, this isn't fair. She hasn't had that much of a long run, really." So this is the thing really for that one. Plus, as well, is do they do it for somebody who's literally just come straight back in after all this time off? Do they give her like title straight away like that? But I can't see that happening. But I've seen a few people basically mention it now that it's in Alexa's hometown or whatever and stuff like that. So it could be that. But I mean, I can see it. If anything, I can see they either put it on Becky for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And that's basically a way. Because this is the thing as well, what people have got to think of. They're trying to negotiate Becky's contract. Now, what better way of turning around and saying, we'll give you the title for a couple of months?
Yeah, true.
You resign, we'll give you the title. AEW, so. Well, that's what everyone reckons, but she's not.
No, she's not.
No, she's not. No. So I mean, what better way of persuading her than turning around and saying, like, you resign before Raw, we'll put the title on you, basically. Yeah. That's the easiest way. It's
quick side thing, because I just saw this. Somebody commented on my WWE draft video saying, "Are you Xero News?" I responded.
All right.
I responded with simply no, but I am Batman.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Makes sense.
Anyway,
But,
continue. Sorry.
yeah. So that's what I can see is either they're either going to put it on Becky as a way to get her to re-sign,
Yeah.
and like if they turn around and say, look, you can have a run until SummerSlam with the title or whatever, and do like all these feuds and stuff like that, providing you resign, or they put it on someone like Nia, and then they have Liv beat Nia at SummerSlam. Basically, that whole David and Goliath thing where it'd be who can defeat her and stuff like that, who can defeat Nia, and then it's then Liv.
Because they haven't announced a match or anything for next Monday,
No.
right? They just
I
said
think,
a new champion will be crowned.
Yeah, so I think what it is it was because obviously where Rhea, where she obviously only had the physical Monday morning, they had to completely rewrite what they were planning on doing. So obviously, so it's still a last minute thing. So they haven't properly decided yet what they're going to do. I think it's going to be a thing of they're still deciding to how they're going to
just do a battle royal.
Well, this is what people are saying is either a battle royale or a
gauntlet,
Raw, basically, gauntlet thing, or something like that where you have like, as I said on WrestleBuddy this week, is you then have the two sort of like triple threat matches or whatever at like the start of Raw.
Oh, like that, and then
and then the two winners of those two triple threat matches then face off in the main event, and then the main event basically then you crown the new women's champion. That's how you do it. So you could say have like, I don't know, Nia, Liv, Becky in one or whatever, and then the other one, then you can have then like, I don't know, 3 from SmackDown. So you can then have what?
Or you could, Nia, Liv, Becky. You could also do like
you can have Chelsea in there. You can have Chelsea in there basically. Maybe Jade Cargill, just to obviously get her into a match or something like that on Raw.
There's not that many good women on Raw like that.
Or you can throw someone in there like Indy Hartwell or something like that, or
Candice,
stuff like just like a couple of matches of that, really.
So on here, this might not mean, there's nothing on this because it said breaking news: Rhea Ripley vacates. I was it doesn't say anything about what they're gonna do. Yeah.
No. So
that's why I was hoping it would get something out of it, but
So that's two options there. Is they're either gonna do like a battle royale or like maybe like 2 or 3 triple threat matches, and the winners face off in the main event, and then whoever wins that is the women's champion. So
Becky,
that's the way to do it.
Becky, Candice, Chelsea, Indy, Ivy Nile, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, Liv Morgan, Natalia's still listed, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, wow, Piper Niven, Raquel Rodriguez. I think we can eliminate that one. Shayna Baszler.
I mean, that's the battle royale right there. If they're going to be clever with it, they could literally just do a battle royale, and the winner of it basically becomes the women's champion. I mean,
Valhalla, Xia Li, Zoe Stark. Oh, Sonya Deville. She probably should be back soon.
Yeah, I mean it's a cheap way of doing it. Is literally having somebody come on in and throw a load of people over the top rope and stuff like that, and then become the champion. But I mean,
it's fine.
You've had Rumble matches before, haven't you? Where it's been like the winner becomes a champion or whatever, isn't it? So I mean,
I'd rather them do that than them just be like, all right, you're the new champion. Here you go.
Yeah, so like maybe then just put the belt on somebody or whatever, isn't it? So I mean, I personally think, like I said, that they haven't actually decided yet what they're actually going to do. So
I mean, they got like 5 days.
Yeah, they've got some time for it. We'll probably find out at the end of the week. They probably might announce something on SmackDown. So what it's going to be, you never know.
Yeah, maybe.
But so. We now move on then after Rhea dropping relinquishing the title to a returning Sheamus coming out. He's got his old theme back. He faced Ivar. Obviously Ivar was just there to just take the pin. Obviously,
he should have came back last week. That would have been an awesome Raw after Mania return.
That would have been, I mean, I don't know whether he was ready or whatever. It could have been that, couldn't it? But I mean, but this is Triple H. But this is Triple H, though. He does like to spread things out. like not everyone comes back on that one. So I mean, like it gives you the pops like every couple of weeks rather than just the everyone expect, because this is the thing, everyone expected him to come back on Raw after Mania, and that that was the thing, is everyone expected it, whereas nobody expected it this week until WWE obviously announced it. So that's the thing, isn't it? Really. So it kind of spreads it out, I would say. But yeah, so Sheamus beat Ivar after that. We have then Triple H's music hits.
Which threw me off. I
He
didn't
comes
expect to hear that.
So Triple H comes out with Adam Pearce in the ring, and they unveiled a new World Tag Team titles, which then they introduce the Raw Tag Team Champions at the actual time, Miz and Truth. Leads to a bit of a funny segment because R-Truth thinks Triple H is a magician because those titles just appeared. He doesn't trust magicians after little Jimmy. He also doesn't believe that that's actually Triple H in the ring and believes that it's Tommaso Ciampa in the ring. Of course, yeah.
That G.
Yes. Yeah, which is quite funny. They then swap the titles, shake hands, and Triple H wishes Pierce good luck before leaving.
And Triple H is like, "Can I please leave?"
Yeah. If you notice as well during that time frame, you could see Triple H was trying not to break character. He was there trying not to laugh, and that. I think it was like another sort of like Brock Lesnar bit, Brock Lesnar bit where obviously they sent R-Truth out there to try and break Triple H and to try and break Pierce and stuff like that. Really.
And then what was it? Triple H leaves, and Pierce is like, "Why did you make the boss leave?" Truth's like, "What are you talking about? Triple H was just here." Triple H.
Yeah.
He's like, "He wasn't here."
Yeah, and then of course then when then of course then they go ahead and Pierce then announces a triple threat #1 contenders match, and the best bit is then DIY's music hits and Truth is in the ring looking rather confused, thinking, "Oh, here's Triple H now." Yeah. And obviously as Tommaso Ciampa comes out, that was it was good. R-Truth's
an absolute treasure.
Well, this is the thing. If somebody to me said, they go, "Is he sort of a national treasure, or is he just an idiot which WWE needs to get rid of?" It's like, no, he's a national treasure. He's an absolute national treasure.
See, I think he's playing everyone. I think he secretly knows what's going on.
He does, but yeah, he's just he's just playing everyone really, and he's just holding out for that perfect moment. Then he's going to become world champion. He's going to be the one that's going to dethrone Cody, and that that's what I can sense. Yeah. So, but no,
I'd be for it.
Yeah. So obviously that means as well that SmackDown will be getting new titles as well. That's more than likely going to be on SmackDown this week, and they will be the WWE Tag Team Champions. They should look similar to Cody's belt at this moment in time. So sort of similar to that. I mean, that's one of the other things as well. Whilst on the subject of Cody, on the official WWE website, he is now listed only as WWE Undisputed Champion, no longer Universal Champion. So the Universal Championship has officially now been retired and dropped from the name. And also as well, they have now got him listed down as a full-time SmackDown superstar, rather than Raw.
I still got him going to Raw.
Yeah, I mean, they could probably have only just done this until obviously the draft, but for now, he's listed down as a SmackDown superstar, and a lot of people do actually think that maybe on Raw this week that was his like goodbye to Raw, but I don't believe that. Like what you said, I think he's going back to Raw because of Netflix and stuff like that. They're going to
That's what I think. Yeah,
they're going to want the bigger names and stuff. Right?
And I think at first they're going to be like, "Well, Fox, you're not renewing, so."
Yeah, but no, I think as well as obviously because of this massive Netflix deal, it's a lot bigger than the USA Network deal. They're going to want to give Netflix the bigger stars, and and obviously everyone reckons obviously Cody's like this massive, great big star and stuff like in the face of the company. So WWE are going to put him on the bigger show, which is going to be Raw, and that so he's going to do what maybe a couple of weeks up until the draft on SmackDown, then he's then going to draft to Raw. I can sense that now.
Because the draft's a week from Friday.
Yeah, so But this is the thing as well. He's not going to be on SmackDown this week because he's in the UK. Because this Friday there's a show in Cardiff, and he's advertised to be defending his title this Friday in Cardiff. So he won't be on SmackDown this week, along with Priest is obviously also there as well. So looking at it on SmackDown, there's going to be no world titles at all for this week because Priest is in the UK for that event. Cody's in the UK for that event.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do on SmackDown?
I don't know, because like I said, they've got no Judgment Day either because they're all in the UK as well. I think the only one that hasn't gone is Dominic Mysterio. He's the only one that hasn't come over to here for it. But yeah, there's a lot of them gone over there and stuff like that. It's mainly the current Raw roster is over here for it. With a couple of others as well, I think from SmackDown who's come over as well. But but anyway, so DIY
go with the regular show.
Yeah, well, it'll be Bloodline, I expect. It'll be Solo and stuff like that. So that's
Solo,
what they'll do.
Heyman,
Don't use the Bloodline stuff like that. Yeah, that's what they'll do. That's what will probably dominate SmackDown this week. Will be all that. I mean, unless Cody flies back for it, but I can't see it because the match that he's obviously advertised for is at 7 p.m. UK time, and that's like 4 hours before SmackDown is meant to start. And a flight from Cardiff to bloody America is like 13 hours long anyway. So
that ain't happening. I can tell you that.
So he ain't making SmackDown, not unless he's obviously just not doing the Friday show. But he's advertised for it, and he's everyone now knows that he's going to be in the UK for it. So but I don't know. But yeah, so DIY DIY won the number one contenders match. They will now be facing Awesome Truth at Backlash in France for the World Tag Team Championships. We then go backstage and they talk about. They talk to Drew McIntyre, who says he won't say anything about everything that's gone on, but he is livid, basically, which makes sense.
He was calm. He was calm at first, and then he just threw. I don't know what he threw into the wall. I don't remember.
I think it was a chair, wasn't it?
Maybe it was a chair. Yeah, I didn't really catch that, but
Then we then move on to a tag match next, which is Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. I can't remember who done that. Oh yeah, Indy Hartwell came in with the big boot to give LeRae the pin. Really short match.
They kind of cheated,
So that was a really short match there. Yeah. We then have a bit of a segment backstage with Damian Priest telling the Judgment Day to keep focus, even with Rhea Ripley out now. JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio need to deal with Andrade, whilst Finn Balor needs to take out Drew Uso in the main event. Also, they show Chad Gable training with Creeds.
You mean Jey Uso?
Jey Uso, sorry, yeah.
You said Drew Uso.
That's what I said there, yeah. Drew, did I? Okay.
Drew's going through a dark transition period.
Yeah, Drew Uso. He's turning into an Uso now, yeah.
Drew is that down bad.
He's now turning into an Uso. Yeah.
That's funny, sorry.
Yeah, got that wrong. And then we moved on to Dominic Mysterio versus Andrade. This is obviously after what happened at WrestleMania and stuff. Comes to that one. Andrade gets the pin on Dominic, and then the rest of the Judgment Day sort of come out and start beating down on Andrade, with Ricochet making the save. We then have a look back on Tama Tonga joining the Bloodline on SmackDown. Which at the time nobody really suspected it, to be fair. There was news that obviously he had signed and stuff, but nobody really suspected that to happen.
He was spotted in, I think it was Detroit.
Yeah, he was spotted in that, but then like a lot of people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, he's probably just there to obviously talk and sign and stuff like that." Really, but like
Mm.
nobody suspected him to actually show up on SmackDown because also
Mhm.
Jacob Fatu was also backstage as well, but obviously he never came out. So,
Oh, see, I didn't know
but Jake,
that.
yeah, but Jacob,
So,
yeah, Fatu was backstage as well. So this was the thing is obviously like when they said that Fatu and Tonga was backstage, a lot of people were like, "Oh, they're probably just there just to obviously discuss." But I guess what they've probably done is rather than shoving it all in together at once, they've probably done Tonga last week, and then we'll get Fatu in maybe I don't know a week or two or whenever it be next, really. But yeah, so he was backstage as well at the time. We then move on then to a tag match again next, which is Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Really short match. It was only about 2 minutes long, according to this report. And
yeah, it wasn't long.
Chelsea Green actually got the pin.
Yeah.
So they've now got Chelsea back on the winning ways. This is what's making me think she might be involved next week with the women's title tournament and stuff, maybe, or however they do it, really. Maybe she'll be given sort of a mini push or whatever for it. There's one other person we've obviously got as well who they can obviously include into that, maybe Tiffany. You know,
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead a little, but I wouldn't mind if Chelsea Green won the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I feel like she could work well with the case.
Yeah, she could be like quite comical with it as well, couldn't she? Like, you know, like saying all these cash ins and that, and then maybe she attempts to cash in, obviously fails it, and then turns around and says, "I'm complaining to management about this. I want my like briefcase."
Yeah, something like that. Or my other choice was Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, one of those two. Yeah, I can see going for it, but yeah, but no, I can see that happening. But yeah, and then we then go backstage again, and Liv Morgan's in a interview where she says this is karma for Rhea Ripley injuring her, and says that this is just the beginning of her revenge tour. The ending will be her winning the Women's World Championship, and this is why, as I've been saying, I believe we are going to not see her win until SmackDown, until SummerSlam. Sorry, because they're going to obviously want to like string it out a little bit, basically. Yeah. Next time, we then have Cody come out. Obviously, we've already said what he is now called. He's now just the WWE Undisputed Champion. He comes out and says he's glad to be on Raw despite being a SmackDown guy. Don't worry because he's not going anywhere. We can't talk about WrestleMania forever. However, he still does, which is the only way really at the moment he's getting the pops for it. He said obviously he's putting a title on the line against either AJ Styles or LA Knight, which we all know it's going to be AJ Styles. Yep. Because that's going to be the match that they're bringing up to. He turns around and wants to thank Seth Rollins for being his shield at WrestleMania. The Rock had something to say to him yesterday when he talked about The Rock had something to say when talking about the training that he did with Cody, knowing that Rock has more in him. So more than one match. That's obviously Cody basically saying that we will be seeing The Rock a lot more. And I can see it. I do believe I've said this as well already this week. Rock's got like a 3-year deal with TKO, and I can see he's going to at least have 2 or 3 matches a year, really. And that whether that's Rumble, you know, they're going to do the big ones. So you're probably going to have Rumble, Mania for sure every year. SummerSlam potentially, maybe even a Saudi match. You know, The Rock getting that Saudi money, he's not going to turn down that, is he? But really, you know, so I mean, unless he obviously wants to go on principles and turns around and says he's not going to do that one. He says, yeah, that brings him to the bloodline, and here's someone who knows them very well. He introduces then Jey Uso. Yeah, Cody welcomes Jey and says he'd love to have Jey's back like Jey had his. Jey appreciates it and says he wants to do it on his own. And then he then comes out with that corny line at the end when he turns around and says, until we yeet again, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the end. Yeah, obviously that was an all right promo. The only thing is obviously Cody still had to bring the bloodline up and everything like that, and obviously WrestleMania, because they don't seem to have written anything else really for him since winning that world title. He's not even defended it yet. Obviously, his first defense is going to be in another 2 weeks. So that's a full month since he's obviously won the title at WrestleMania. And considering he's meant to be a fighting champion, he's not really defended that belt as of yet. So just a little gripe there.
Did you see Did you see the stat about Cody's segment on? I want to say it was Friday. Yeah, no, I'm stupid. It was Friday.
No, I haven't seen
that. Let me see if I can find the exact thing. It's sent in my group chat. Okay. Oh, come on. It just shot back down to the bottom. Why would it do that? All right. Let me. All right. Open. There we go. Last Friday on SmackDown, it was the first time since 2020 that the segment involving the undisputed champion wasn't the highest rated segment of the night. The highest rated segment of SmackDown was Tama Tonga's debut, which was viewed by 2.68 million viewers.
Yeah, because it's the bloodline. This is what I've been trying to say to people. The bloodline is overtowering everything. And I've had a few people obviously say this week and that. I've not said it personally, but I've seen other people saying it is, but it's still fresh from WrestleMania. And it's like, no, if he's the champion, he should be getting. If he was still
fresh from WrestleMania, he would still be getting the views.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like. And honestly, there's already been something put around as well where a lot of people in the comments and that on a lot of the videos have turned around and said, no, the bloodline owes you and stuff like that. And like, Cody's boring and, it's the same repeat promos and stuff like that. So as we've turned around and said all this time, the fans are turning on him already. I thought it was going to be...
it took only, 10 days?
I thought it was going to be at least up till SummerSlam and then they were going to turn on him. But no, I was very wrong. 10 days. 10 days and now they've turned on him already. So, for it. So I can sense basically that they're gonna turn him heel, and that they're gonna try and turn him heel and that now because the fans are gonna start hating on him.
I'd be for a heel Cody.
But then I can't see them turning him heel though until he drops that title. Maybe drops the title and enters heel basically. But I can see him now dropping the title sooner rather than later because the fans are turning on him already. I can see. They take the title off him sooner rather than later, rather than stringing it out and all these people thinking, he's got to have an 8 to 12 month run. I can't see that happening. I can see maybe SummerSlam is the latest, and they'll take it off at SummerSlam.
8 to 12 month run? No, not at all.
Yeah, no, not with how the fans are already turning on him now. Because I was looking forward to seeing what they could obviously do, but in a minute, it's just. I know a lot of people to me said, Roman's promos and that were coming out and it was just acknowledge me, blah, 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 and stuff like that.
He switched it up a lot, though.
Yeah, he did. He switched it up a lot. And obviously, most of his stuff, though, was to do with, the family as well, if you think about it, because then they started involving, the other members of the family in it. And most of the promos was either him, turning on Jay or him turning on Jimmy or... stuff like that. And there was always something that went down in those promos, whereas obviously with the Cody ones, there's nothing in it. It's literally just I've gone from undesirable to undisputed or whatever it is, and I'm now the king of WWE, and that it's the same promo week in, week out. And like I said, Roman's one was a little bit repetitive with the whatever's telling them to acknowledge me and stuff, but his ones would always going to bring up. It'd be
you're going in and out.
Either he was going to start having a go at one of the other members of the bloodline, or he was going to I agree. He was going to start having a go at the other members of the bloodline or stuff like that. Really, so stuff like that. Really, wasn't it?
That was weird.
I mean, what was
so you went in and out, but then it sped up your voice. So
okay.
Like this. I'm like, what was he saying? I'm like, why is he?
Okay, I don't know then. Well, that's fine. I won't repeat that one again. Yeah.
You're good.
Well, no, we've digressed. So I'll go back to Raw. So Nia Jax is doing about. And all she cares about is winning the women's world title next week. So she's definitely going to be involved. And this is obviously what's also making me think she is going to win it next week. We then move on to Jey Uso versus Finn Balor. Obviously, Jey gets the win there. I think Finn Balor's on his way out of the company, so they're obviously giving Finn Finn's
You
basically
think
taking all
Finn's
the losses.
leaving?
I think Finn's leaving because his deal's yet to be renewed, and
Yeah, but same thing with Drew.
there's been a lot of talks because but him himself has turned around and said he wants to join back up with his Bullet Club members, and obviously most of them are all in AEW. He's even turned around and said it himself that he wants to go back and join up with Jay White and stuff like that.
Jay
really,
White.
so not Jay White. What's his name?
Oh, Jay White. Jay White. I thought you said JY. So
No, Jay White. No, so no, so
who's
I
the
can
of
sense that
JY?
he's no, so yeah, I can sense that he's going to go to AEW and have a bit of a run there because of the because that way as well he can also then get into New Japan as well again. That's obviously if he does leave. I mean, he might not, but if he does, he's definitely going to AEW because he's already made the comments that he wants to team back up with them, and like a lot of these people in AEW as well have also invited him there and said, we'd love to have you here to team up with you and that again, and stuff like that really. So yeah. So that's that. We then move on to the event of
Your
the
mic
evening.
is awful.
But first of all, we have the really cool. Is that any better?
I mean, yeah, but
Okay, let me try that.
minute
Is that?
It's going out.
Oh, I don't know what's happening there. Then it could be because I'm on the website here. It's freezing. So we now have the really cool entrance before we get into the main event of. Basically, Jay goes outside. He goes through the crowd. He pushes some random guy outside as well.
Get out of the way, bro.
Yeah, get out of the way, bro. Yeah. He runs into Sami Zayn outside the building, who's looking up at the building. Sami says this is the first ever show he went to, and he's now headlining. Sami then goes into the arena through the crowd, Shield style. I do believe. He was meant to go into the ring originally, but obviously he just went, you know what, fuck it, and went back into the crowd again. So, yes, that was that. And then says here as well, Chad Gable's coming to the ring, but runs into Bronson Reed, who's waiting for the winner. So that's that bit there. So we then have Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn. Obviously, Sami retains. However, at the end of it, Gable turns heel. When Sami's at ringside with his wife, he's hugging his wife and suplexes him. That's that basically.
So didn't catch a word of that. All I heard was he hugs his wife and.
Okay, my laptop's frozen. So am I still here?
Yeah, you're here now.
I keep freezing my end. I'm trying to sort it out. So Sami hugs his wife, and then Chad Gable turns heel by turning around and suplexing Sami away from his wife. So that was pretty cool. The ending that bit there. So yeah. NXT time.
Solid roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just bring up the results, or do you want me to just go over the main matches?
Just go over the main things really for it, and obviously just go for it. Yeah.
So
I'm going to try to fix my microphone.
Okay, first match of the night. We had Noam Dar defeat Dijak, which I was kind of thrown off by. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm blanking off the top of my head who interfered. I'm trying to remember. I know Oromancer got involved. Was it Oromancer?
I believe it was. I've seen something about it.
I thought it was somebody else, not involved in the match. Donovan lands a cyclone kill, fired up. Oromancer runs interference and eats a boot from Dijak, turns around. Noam Dar wins by pinfall with the Nova Roller. Okay. Then we had Lola Vice versus Sol Ruka. Lola Vice wins by pinfall with a super kick. We get an NXT anonymous footage of Ridge Holland meeting with Ava Raine and threatening Joaquin Wilde, choking him briefly against the wall as we go to break. That's a way to set up a commercial break.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Ridge Holland versus Joaquin Wilde. Ridge Holland wins with a DDT.
Yeah.
Back from commercial, Andre Chase and Thea Hale have a chat. Andre admits that JC Jane was right. He bet the farm on her because he believed in her. And that's fine. She apologizes for doubting his belief in her, and they hug. The D'Angelo family make their entrance. Tony D'Angelo gets on the mic and talks about how the rapid growth of the family hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it without him winning the NXT Championship. By the way, I was listening back to our Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania predictions.
Yeah.
There's a certain guy that picked Lyra to retain and D'Angelo to win.
Yeah.
And I also picked Dijak to win, so it definitely didn't do well. I picked Trick. Yeah. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at Stand and Deliver, he went toe-to-toe with Ilya, and he didn't win, but this thing is about going one more round than when you don't think you can. Enter the no-quarter catch crew. Still missing Drew Gulak.
Yeah.
Charlie Dempsey gets on the mic and talks about how he didn't like their business getting aired, and Tony says they wanted to take one of their own. Tony says they wanted one of their own taken care of, and they did, and then shoots Charlie down when he starts talking specifics. The two factions bicker, and then pretty much D'Angelo says, well, I took out Gulak for you. Now I want a Heritage Cup shot.
Yeah. So they've basically killed off Gulak for the minute.
Yeah.
The whole Ronda Rousey thing and that. So, we were discussing this off air. Could this be Tony Khan's next major announcement? That maybe that he signed Gulak because Gulak's been released or whatever in secret or whatever.
Tony Khan's just waiting.
Yeah, I don't know if he has or whatever, but Tony Khan will do a major announcement to say he's just signed a new sort of like it's a sweatpants toucher.
The sweatpants grabber.
Yeah, the sweatpants grabber basically. And it'd be Gulak. He'll come out, he'll come out in a mask wearing a pair of sweatpants. That'd be what it'd be, wouldn't it? That's what it'd be originally. So
we had earlier in the night, Ilya offered a open challenge, and it was opened. Yeah. It was accepted by Javon Evans, new up and comer, and you could tell they have plans for this kid.
Yeah,
he won last week. He's in a match against Ilya. Put up a good fight, but Dragunov wins in the end. We had Tatum Paxley versus Thea Hale. Tatum Paxley wins by a crucifix pin. That's probably why she's in a triple threat match.
Yeah.
Post-match, Hale attacks Jane, and they need to be pulled apart back in the ring. Lyra Valkyria attacks Tatum Paxley, and they brawl. Roxanne Perez is interviewed backstage and says she's content to sit back and let Tatum and Lyra fight until she has a contender. Ava Raine rolls up and just goes ahead and makes it a triple threat. Yeah. Authors of Pain versus Idris Anofa and Malik Blade. Authors of Pain win. Of course, they are getting a tag title shot next week. We'll get into that. Not this week, but next week.
No.
Next up is Ivar versus Josh Briggs. Ivar wins with a doom salt. Glad they're pushing Ivar. He's pretty decent in the ring. And especially since Eric isn't going to be back for a while, you might as well and throw him on NXT. Why not?
Yeah.
Main event time. Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams 2. Electric Boogaloo. I'm just kidding. Steel Cage. Trick Williams wins by pinfall with a chair-assisted trick shot. Post-match, Ilya Dragunov appears in the crowd for a stare-down with Trick. And that is NXT. Now, you want to do some predictions for NXT Spring Breaking?
Yeah, before we go into that.
Before
we go into that one, though, obviously that Javon Evans that we were saying about, we haven't covered this bit yet, but obviously, do you know about the comments that was made about him and everything?
No.
Basically, there's some podcaster called Kevin Scampoli. Basically, he's a dickhead. That's the bottom line of it. He's basically a dickhead. He referred to basically what it was he faced off against Javon Evans faced off against Scripps in a match on the April the 9th version of
I think that was last week.
NXT Level Up. Yeah,
I think that was last week.
Yeah, and Scampoli afterwards for some strange reason, referred to Javon Evans as a slave, basically. Which obviously is very derogatory. And all the NXT talent have now basically stood with Javon Evans and have basically have obviously now ripped into Scampoli and that. He's trying to play it off now by saying that he was joking and everything like that, and she never said it. But the bottom line is he said it.
Things you don't joke about.
He basically said it in that, and it was something to do with the interview or whatever that he done after the match or before the match, where it made it seem like he was like, because it was so scripted, they're saying that he was basically a slave, and people were like, you should never say that, basically, you know, and everything like, which is true. That's a line you do not cross, you know, calling, saying that. But yeah, so that's why I reckon as well that maybe they're giving him a bit of a push as well, because obviously because of what's happened in recent weeks is
I mean, the kid's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how old. I don't know how old he is or whatever off the top of my head, but clearly they have plans for the kid. So that's good.
But obviously it's something to do with. I think it's something to do as well with the comments that obviously that Scampoli made, where he obviously called him a slave and stuff. Maybe
they just let anyone have a podcast nowadays. I swear.
So I mean, that's the thing. But no, carry on. So so spring breaking. Breaking.
There you go. Only 4 matches right now. We'll do it is a 2-night event, but we'll get into night 2 next week because obviously we have Sol Ruka versus Blair Davenport in a beach brawl. Who do you got?
Maybe Sol.
I'm gonna give it to Sol as well. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, though, what's a beach brawl? Are they just fighting on a beach randomly somewhere, or what? Are they turning the ring into a beach, or have they said anything yet about it?
I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I am down to find out. Why not? Right?
Yeah. I mean, quite interesting.
Yeah, if they're fighting on the beach, like in the water, that would be cool.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
The D'Angelo family, Tony D'Angelo, Stax Lorenzo, and Luca Crisafino versus the No Quarter Catch crew, obviously, minus Drew Gulak.
Yeah, without Gulak, yeah.
Drew Gulak was, I think I can honestly say he was murdered by the D'Angelo family.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who do you got in that match?
I think maybe the D'Angelo family.
Yeah, I think Tony losing to Ilya, they need a win. And
the only thing is though the only thing is though, to how I see it as well, is maybe actually it could go to the other ones. What's it called?
The No Quarter Catch crew.
Yeah, No Quarter Catch crew, because then they might give D'Angelo a loss, and then he might come up to main roster as part of the draft.
They could.
They could also do that one, couldn't they? So, I mean, this is the problem at the moment. Is obviously they've got all this on, but then there's the draft, obviously, and most of NXT is going to be drafted for it, and a lot of main roster is going to go back down to NXT as well. So, it's obviously the thing, but so I'll still go with D'Angelo family.
Okay. This is NXT news. This is from NXT Level Up spoilers. I'm not sure if this is going to air on Level Up, but after the WWE NXT show went off the air, Carmelo Hayes got up to chants of "Thank you, Melo."
Yeah.
He flipped off the crowd and went to the back.
Yeah, so Carmelo Hayes is gone. He's coming up.
That's fine. Just keep him and Braun on separate shows. That's the only thing
that's what I think, is that maybe I can see him maybe going SmackDown.
Whether Braun's on Raw, Melo SmackDown, vice versa. I'm cool with it.
Actually, no, because Braun's signed a contract to SmackDown already, hasn't he? So do they keep him on SmackDown for the minute?
Yeah, I think they could switch that out. I think the draft, everything,
Yeah. So carry on. Spring break things, yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. Next up, triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship: Roxanne Perez versus Lyra Valkyria versus Tatum Paxley. Who do you got?
We were discussing this off air.
Yep.
I don't think Roxanne, because she's blatantly coming up. She's blatantly being drafted, unless they're going to draft her as NXT Women's Champion again.
And she does double duty. I mean,
she does double duty for a little bit. But
impossible.
No. Or she drops it to somebody on main roster who then goes down to NXT. Could be that. I mean, okay, I'm going to go Lyra then. I'm going to go back to Lyra.
I'm gonna go Lyra as well. I think Tatum Paxley is there to take the pin or submission, whatever you want to do. Yeah. And they like Lyra, so.
Yeah.
And the main event, presumably, NXT Championship match. Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams. If Trick loses, he must leave NXT. Who do you got?
Well, I've got Trick because, again, Ilya's going to be drafted. So I've got Trick. So I think they're going to give him the NXT Championship, and Ilya will then come up to Ilya will then get drafted to Raw or whatever. Really.
Whoop that Trick.
Yeah. He's so over at the moment. They're going to put the belt on him.
Yeah, they got to give him the belt.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a few months down the line, but because after he beat Mello, but no. He's over with the crowd. Kid's doing really good. Give him the belt. He's earned it. He's deserved it. And it's crazy to think that 3 years ago or 2 years ago, when this kid debuted, and I was like, he is not good. Listen, I'll be honest. When they all debuted, Breaker, Mello, Waller, Trick, all those guys, I was like, nah, these guys are not good.
Yeah,
but
now
they have all grown into it.
Yeah,
and now they're all really good.
Yeah,
it's a shame they're gutting NXT because like Braun Breaker and Mello, they were so good on NXT. But
I mean,
so you're not meant to be on NXT forever.
No, and I mean they have said that obviously this year a lot of stars are obviously then going to be going back down from main roster to NXT, so that will obviously fill it back up again. And obviously you've then got the next sort of like you then obviously got the new stars coming up and stuff like that. Really, so
you ain't meant to be in NXT forever. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's just a shame they're getting gutted all at once.
Yeah,
but they'll regroup.
No, and the thing is as well, what will obviously make it better as well is that they're going on the road again soon, apparently. So they'll be getting out of the CWC. Yeah, so going out on the road again soon, and obviously doing it that way. Maybe doing the weekly shows in different locations, and that will also then get more eyes on them, which is what they need. And then, especially if they've got some main roster talent on there as well, that'd be better as well, really, for it, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I just hope they don't make it confusing where they obviously draft the champions and that up again and stuff like that, because then having them still pull double duty even after the draft really makes no sense, right?
Yeah,
they should.
They
should literally just have them drop and then draft them. That's the easiest way. Have them drop, draft them. It's that simple.
It's just a shame because wasn't Roxanne's first reign as champion really short too?
Yeah,
didn't she have to vacate?
Yeah, she had to vacate it for injury. Yeah, because of injury. So,
but then she came back and tried to win it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then Cora had it, didn't she? Or no?
No, Cora's never had it.
No, Cora's never had it. No, but Cora's off injured again. So yeah,
Indy won it that year.
That was it. Yeah. Then she
was that last year.
Yeah, but then of course, Indy now had to vacate it, didn't she, due to injury? So that women's title was cursed, I would say.
Because I think I was in Cali for that. Yeah, and Indy won it. I saw the news. I'm like, what? Yeah,
because the last long reign that anyone had it was Mandy Rose. Nobody's really held it for that long since Mandy. So
because Roxanne, because that was the end of 2022. Roxanne had to vacate. Indy had to vacate.
Becky held it for a bit.
Becky held it for a bit.
That was 2-3 months really. Because
Lyra, same thing. Well, no, Lyra held it 6 months. Yeah,
so maybe then she's but that's sort of the longest it's been. But
yeah,
this new era thingy now, nobody's going to be holding titles for long now. They've got rid of all the old stuff and people were saying now with Rhea Ripley and now obviously dropping the thingy, the only one now from the old era that's still got a title is Logan Paul, and he's only obviously keeping it because of their big sort of things that he can obviously do where he takes them on the podcast and at all the UFC events and stuff like that. And stuff like that. So that's the only reason why he's still obviously got it for this long, but everyone else is not going to have any long title reigns for it. So, that's the thing. But so Spring Breaking seems like it's going to be a good show. I might actually watch it for a change, but we've got to watch it on the WWE network over here now because it's not actually on TV anymore. So,
well, whose fault is that?
That's TNT's fault, actually. TNT
You
Sports.
chose to live in England.
Oh, did I? All right, okay, fair enough. So, yeah, but no,
Your fault.
no, that's fine. I might actually watch it soon. As obviously, it's sort of like it's kind of mini pay per views, really, isn't it? If you think about it, well, TV specials, sort of mini pay per views, but we'll see what's what. Yeah, so that's that. That's this week done then. Obviously, some of the things that we need to plug is we have a special WrestleBuddy stream coming up this week where myself, Bobby, and Alex, if he obviously shows up on time, which he should do, are doing we're going to be doing a draft show where we think which styles are going to be going where.
Yeah, we're just to peek behind the curtain a little. Xero has Raw, Alex has SmackDown, I have NXT, and we're all just going to be taking guys and we're going to be booking them. So NXT is going to be stacked.
To who we think is going to go where and stuff. Obviously, logically, we're not going to put bloody Roman Reigns on NXT or whatever. Yeah. So
well, if I pick them, no, we're doing we're doing our own drafts.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is not legit predictions, but this is fantasy booking. Yeah,
fantasy booking. Yeah, so obviously, so we'll be doing that and then seeing sort of.
If I get Roman Reigns, I'm just saying.
Yeah, the thing is, I think that what we should do though as well is obviously see who's the closest as well when it actually comes to the draft. I think we should do that as well.
I'm not booking on close. I'm booking on what best available guy and girl is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. But so it'll just be our own little fantasy draft that we're going to do and stuff like that. And then obviously, we're I've got a nice little spreadsheet for it sorted out and stuff. So it'd be sort of organised like that. But so that's going to be. I don't know when that's going to be released. I think that's probably going to be next week's show. But we are.
I would assume by draft time.
Well, Alex should be getting out next Wednesday, I think. So we'll be filming it Friday, and then it'll be out when he starts next week, or the middle of next week. But anything else that you've got coming up that you want to plug, or anything like that really, or?
Go check out my WWE mock draft video. It is up there and it is ready to go. It got released yesterday. Yeah,
just obviously just bear in mind as well, I will say, because obviously I watched it, is Bobby filmed it before obviously Rhea Ripley vacated because he's got Rhea Ripley sort of holding that title to SummerSlam, which obviously now we know is a bit impossible. So before you get all the stupid people in the comments like, oh, but Rhea's dropped it and stuff like that now, it was filmed before it was recorded before obviously Raw and the events of Raw. So so that's this week's show. Nothing else really, was there? I don't think. Nothing else come down, nothing else plugged. No. You got the signs? Yep, signs are there.
There we go.
So as per normal, hit that like button and subscribe to myself at Xero News. So that's at New Zero on Twitter or Xero News on YouTube. At Bobby's Breakdown on Twitter, and Instagram is at Bobby's Breakdowns.
Yep.
Also on YouTube, it's at Bobby's Breakdowns as well. Obviously, the usual suspects as well. So you've got WrestleBuddy. Alex doesn't really care whether you subscribe to him or not, but you probably should do. And also Two Heads, One Table. I also need to shut them out as well and do that. So another successful show, and we will see you next week, where I believe we'll be doing our own little mini draft as well. We were discussing and any sort of things that we expect from maybe the draft, like maybe new stars debuting during it, maybe some surprises and stuff like that. And then obviously we'll probably also be recapping NXT Spring Break in night 1 or whatever it is. Yeah. So, and stuff like that. So looking like a good show next week. So we will see you guys next week. This is Xero signing out.
And I'm Bobby. Y'all have a good one, and see you next week.
See you next week.